Assalamu alaikum, dear students of class 7th. You know, we are in progress about the topic, the three questions. It is third part we will take today. So, dear students, let's start. Let's resume our this lesson. The answer of the second question. The answer of the second question. The answer of the second question was not different in any way than that of the first question, right? Here, wise men, a group of wise men suggested that the king should consult doctors, some suggested counselors, some suggested priests, some suggested soldiers, some suggested soldiers. So there were different views, different answers from different people. Here, the for the third question, it again received different types of answers, different types of answers. Here, in the third answer, the people here some suggested that fighting should be preferred. Fighting should be preferred to. Some suggested religious worship. Religious worship. Right? Etc. etc. So it was too different. First question, the answers that were received by the king, and for the second question, it was also different. And for the third question, it was too different. The king heard all the answers from different people because there was a huge group of people. There were who assembled around the palace and entered one by one uh, and uh, gave their suggestions. But here you see the king heard all the answers, but he was not satisfied. The king was not satisfied. The king was not satisfied. The king was not satisfied with the answers of the wise men. So, all the wise men, all the people returned home empty handed. Why? Because the answers were not apt, answers were not correct, answers were not precise, answers were not as per the as per the king's imagination, as per the king's what he wanted exactly. So the king was not satisfied. So decided, the king decided not to give reward to any of the wise men, not to give the reward, not to give the reward to any of the wise men. He refused. The king refused to give the reward to any of the wise men because he was not satisfied with the answers. So the people left the place empty handed because they were curious, they were intended to get a huge amount in cash as a reward. Now, what happened? The king decided here that he should take advice. He should take advice from a hermit. Here you have to remember this word, from a hermit. From a hermit. He was very famous for his wisdom. Famous for his wisdom. For his wisdom. Who was famous? The hermit was famous for his wisdom. So the king decided to take advice from him. He left towards the hermit's house. Right? So when the king left to meet the hermit who lived in a wood, in a jungle, in a forest, walking all along towards the woods, the king met. The king met the hermit. The king met the hermit. The king met the hermit. Right? But here was a problem. Hermit permitted, allowed only simple persons to meet. Or we can say only simple persons were allowed to meet the hermit. It was a rule there for the hermit. Only simple persons were allowed to meet the hermit. But now the problem is how the king would be allowed to meet the hermit, to talk, to, to seek the advice. The king decided. So the king disguised in a simple man, disguised in a simple man, in a simple man, right? The king disguised in a simple man. That means the king changed himself, all his appearance. The king changed his appearance and tried to become a simple man, not a king, right? So he changed himself, his appearance, changed his clothes, and disguised in a simple man, right? What did he do there? Let us see tomorrow in the next part. That students was all about today. Thanks a lot. Stay home, stay safe.